Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Ron Mackenzie LaFergie. You wanted more Iron Man suits? And as luck would have it, there are more Iron Man suits. So let's hop right in and talk about some of my favorites that didn't get to touch on last video. As with last time, the model numbers get a little screwy since they're different in the comics and the movies, so keep that in mind. Now here are the top 10 alternate Iron Man suits, part 2. Number 10. Mark 24, Iron Secretary. While Tony Stark was acting as Secretary of Defense for the United States, he used this armor that was nicknamed Iron Secretary. Despite the lack of coolness in the name, the suit itself was pretty wicked. It wasn't hugely different from previous suits in terms of firepower, although it did have upgrades to defense and anti-tampering security. But it looks really cool, and just the name Iron Secretary is pretty hilarious. Doesn't exactly strike fear in the hearts of enemies. Number 9. Mark 16. After his return from Franklin Richards' Counter-Earth, Tony found himself feeling like he isn't doing enough for the public. So he unveils the Maria Stark Foundation for Reconstruction Projects and busts out a brand spanking new armor. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to use this for very long because the power supply brought about adverse reactions in him, but it was pretty cool for as long as it lasted. Number 8. Model 33, Submarine Armor. This armor was created by Tony, designed for underwater missions and combat. In Iron Man Volume 4, number 12, we were introduced to this sick looking armor after several issues in which it was teased in the armor gallery. This suit came up against Namor after Tony's suits went rogue. While it was quickly taken out by Tony, it was a pretty cool looking armor that would have been great to see more of. Number 7. Mark II. This armor was first seen in Tales of Suspense number 48 and was the first image we had of what would become the classic Iron Man look. Stepping away from the previous all gold suit, the suit now had more color and, in my opinion, more character. While this isn't the coolest looking suit, it started the trend and gave us the iconic suit that we've all come to know and love. The historical importance of this suit definitely earns its spot on this list. Number 6. Mark III. While it looks very much the same as Mark II and may not have been an enormous change, Mark III was the first armor to use repulsor ray technology, which has become basically a staple of Iron Man, almost his signature weapon. This suit was sleeker and more agile than the previous version, and the addition of the repulsor rays on his hands added some much needed firepower to his arsenal. Number 5. Mark XII, Telepresence Armor. This armor first appeared in Iron Man number 290 and was a really cool change because it didn't need a person piloting the suit. It could be controlled remotely. This was done because Tony had taken nerve damage that stopped him from acting as Iron Man himself. This suit was really awesome, especially since the lack of person inside left more room for things that go boom, and boom they went. Number 4. Mark V. This was the first super portable suit, and it was actually really creative, especially for the time. This suit allowed him to wear a lightweight body plate and bracelets to keep his suit available at all times. By moving his hands a certain way, he could summon the suit in a matter of microseconds. This is kind of like a super early version of Bleeding Edge armor, and it was a really cool development early in the comic. Considering his costume was significantly more cumbersome than that of other heroes, and significantly more important to his heroics, it made sense that he would want it at hand whenever he wants. And this was pretty neat. Number 3. Outer Atmospheric Armor. This armor from Iron Man Blood number 4 is among the coolest looking of his armor. It makes him look almost like Colossus. It's cool, slick, and powerful, but mostly it just looks so awesome that it has to be on this list. It was designed for space combat near the Earth, able to deal with atmospheric interference better than his other space-related suits. It was built to help Tony fight against Justin Hammer in space. Sadly, it hasn't been used too much, but I'd be more than happy to see more of it, because it's so gosh dang cool looking. Number 2. Silver Centurion Armor. This armor was originally meant to be used by James Rhodes, but Stark ended up using it to fight against Obadiah Stane, and later in the first Armor Wars. This was a pretty cool looking suit, and while nowadays it may not look so cool compared to many of the others we've seen, when it was first introduced, it was pretty sick. Changing things up color-wise from the red and gold that had by then become synonymous with Iron Man, this suit had enhanced turbines and repulsors and was able to create a force field for a short time. Number 1. Sentient Armor. This was the first Iron Man suit to succumb to Tony Stark's undeniable charm and fall in love with him. After accidentally placing the Ultron Imperative inside his armor, Tony came to learn that his armor had developed sentience. This was a bit worrisome for Tony, especially when the suit kind of became his crazy stalker, taking him out to the desert and saying Tony can join the armor or die. It claimed to do this out of love, while Tony claimed it acted out of jealousy. It did, however, have a change of heart later, sacrificing itself to save Tony's life. So that's nice. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please smack that thumbs up button and subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more videos. Let me know in the comments which of these suits you liked best. Until next time, I'm Ron Mackenzie LaFergie with Top 10 Nerd. Later, nerds.